Yo, 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 YouTube, what up? It's professional Madden player T Davis, and today I'm going to show you guys how to master the flood concept in Madden. You know, on the channel here, I try to break down Madden, the X's and O's that you can really improve your game with, and today we're looking at the flood concept. Basically, what the flood concept is, you want to flood the sidelines with some routes. Usually you want a streak, maybe a corner route, a flat route, all going to one side of the field. You can also do it with a drag, a crossing route. Basically, you want 3 routes, 2 to 3 routes that you could flood the sideline with, especially against zone coverage, so that the zone defenders can't react to all 3 routes that are attacking that one sideline. The flood concept is a staple of offenses in the NFL, and it's so effective here in Madden. If you want more pro player tips like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel here on YouTube. I have plenty of content in Madden 22. Of course, check out my coachings and my ebooks down links in the description below. I'm also on all over social media, on TikTok, on Twitter, on Instagram, so make sure to follow me at TDavisBrand on all my social medias. Alright guys, so we'll start off in the skills trainer, then we'll kind of get into practice mode on the different things to look for, at a higher level when it comes to, more of a professional / competitive Madden level. But, going to the skills trainer, you can learn a lot as well, and they have the flood concept to break down here in the skills trainer. You see there, it says the flood concept is a set of deep, intermediate, and short passes on one side of the field aimed at stretching out the defense. And it's great because you're going to have that check down underneath. If they're playing back, they're playing in their curl flats at 25 yards, or they're even in their cloud flats, you're going to have your underneath little flat route, right, on a lot of these flood concepts. So just check it down and take what the defense gives you. It's a staple of the NFL. It's a staple of Madden. That's why the flood concept is so popular in high-level, competitive, professional Madden. Then, say they play underneath, right? They're playing, hard flats. They're playing underneath for their flats. They're playing aggressive. You're going to have your deeper, whether it be, in this case, a smart routed out route, maybe a corner route, something to the sideline, stretching the defense out a little bit deeper and wider. And then you're going to have kind of your pull route behind it. If there's a lapse in the coverage, sometimes it could be a blown coverage. They leave it for a touchdown. Or it's just kind of there to bring the zones back further and further for these other 2 routes underneath it. So that's kind of what you're flooding the sidelines, and you have levels of the field that you can attack. And then, of course, in Madden, the smart routed out route, and we're going to break down out a gun bunch, is really good versus like man-to-man coverage if you have an elite route runner. And it just kind of, the pull route, the streak, and the deep out route, they kind of pull back everything to allow this flat route, especially to the tight end out of something like gun bunch, to get wide open for easy completions all game long. And they really have to start to adjust to hard flats to be able to shut down these little flat routes. So this flood concept, because a lot of times you want to stretch the field over the middle. You want a route combo that can kind of stretch the user with like a deep crosser and a slant or a drag over the middle, or like a curl flat combo. Then when you throw these type of things in, where you attack the defense horizontally to the sidelines, it really opens up your offense. So let's go ahead and just do this flood concept a little bit here. First read you see there, go route, first route. Good option versus man-to-man if you have the speed. But like I said, it's more there just as your kind of pull route. So let's go ahead and hike it. And you'll see here we have man-to-man coverage. And I believe that's Diggs. He's just too fast. And obviously that's Sanders. And this is just the the skills trainer. So it's not really too prominent in real games competitive. But this kind of just shows you that if you do have, like, say you have Tyreek Hill there, he's going to get wide open deep down the field. So then you move to the second read, and this is where you look to that deep out route. If they take away the deep coverage on the streak, or they take away the underneath, that's when you have kind of your deeper out route cutting to the sideline. So it looks like we have man coverage here. Let's go ahead and check it out there. And that was just, we have not a good route runner there. I don't know why they're making us throw that one. But let's see if we can get it to him here this time on the cut. This time, yeah, you want to throw that on the cut if you don't have the elite route runner. So that's what we did right there. So you see here, and then the third read is our route underneath that we kind of check down to if they're playing back. So you see there you can, and then, obviously for this, they're telling us to throw it to them immediately. But really, you're reading the defense, which we're going to do in practice mode here in a second. If they're playing back, you can kind of just check it down to them underneath for an easy completion, as we did there. So let's go ahead and jump into practice mode. I'm going to actually break this down on a more, professional level of what we're looking for in an actual game. Alright guys, so the first way to start, the easiest way, is out of the gun bunch. The play actually is called flood, like I said. If we can find it here, play flood. This play is absolute money. I'm going to run it versus random coverages, right? And I'm going to kind of break it down to show you guys what I'm looking for. Let me move the ball back a little bit. Usually you want your bunch lined up on the wide side of the field. So you always want to utilize these hash marks to give yourself more space for this flood concept to that side. So what you're looking for here is first, if it's zone and they're kind of playing back, like I said in curl flats, you just check it down to your tight end on this little flat route all day long. And the slot receiver Beasley and Sanders on these two deeper routes, they're gonna kind of pull back the zones initially as well. So you can kind of hit to the tight end for a little speed burst. These tight end flats, just absolute money in Madden 22. You can really pepper them all game with it. So that's what we're looking for kind of first. If we see that they're playing tight or maybe it's man coverage, we're going to be patient. We're going to look for our deep out route as it cuts to the outside, right? That's our second read. Then we're looking to the backside here. If those things are covered, we have our backside dig route, which is going to kind of beat every coverage with digs there. And then I also like to put my running back on something to the left, whether you want to do a little out route, which I prefer is because running back out routes are really good in this game. You can also do a wheel, or you can just do something like a swing route. But I prefer the halfback out route here to add into this, just to give us a little extra added tool in case our flood concept is covered. So let's go ahead and just run it a few times here versus random defenses. Looks like we're going to have man coverage. And you see there, we threw that on the cut. We got an under pressure throw from Josh Allen right there. But you saw it was man coverage. And Cole Beasley's going to win that. He has that slot apprentice ability, or that route tech ability in the slot. So he's going to, kind of beat man coverage every single time. This time, you saw there how they initially just backed off right away, and I recognize that, and I'm just going to check down to my tight end every single time. If you have a tight end with some speed and some trucking ability, it's just an easy check down for 5 to 10 yards every single time, right? So when I hiked it, I initially watched these two outside defenders, right? I saw him. As soon as I hiked it, what does he do? He drops back to go with Beasley for a few steps, right? So I see that. I know, okay, I have the tight end. Same thing on the outside corner, right? I hiked it, immediately, boom, what does he do? He runs backwards. Okay, so now what do I say in my brain now? That there's going to be no one underneath to guard Dawson Knox. We get that little speed burst animation when we run it. So let's go ahead and do it again here. This time, same type of thing. They backed off. I just check it down. I got an unfortunate drop right there from Dawson Knox. But if you see them initially drop down like that, this time it's man coverage. What do I know? Man coverage, they cannot guard our slot receiver on that out route. And you need an ability or an elite route runner or even a guy with speed will do the job there in that slot position. So that's man coverage. This time they're going to be playing underneath. That actually was match coverage. But you see how elite Cole Beasley is at route running, that the match coverage just cannot stay with this deep out route. This time they back off again. It's cover 2. I check it down. Easy 5 yards, right? That's all you have to do. I'll show you guys in the replay again. And I probably would have had the out route if I was patient, but you see they immediately back off. Once they see that, I'm just taking what the defense gives me, right? It's just basic 101 in the NFL. Take what the defense gives you, backs off. I see that. Same thing with the outside corner. He's in that cloud flat, but he backs off, and then I can easily check it down to the tight end. So one more time here out of the flood play. Then we'll get into another play that I really like. It's man coverage again here. And I'm just going to throw it over to Beasley as soon as he cuts. So you're kind of just reading that outside defense, right? The only guys you're worried about is basically these 2 to 3 defenders on the outside. And then you make the proper decision. And then if the play breaks down, you need to scramble or throw to Diggs as your bailout. You have that as well. But like I said, you're just reading this right side here. This time match coverage again, Beasley all day long. So it's really a 2-man game to the outside of the bunch, which just makes it so difficult to defend. So now let me show you guys my other favorite flood concept, similar type of thing, is Z-Spot or Z-Spot and Go. We'll do it versus random coverages again here. Only adjustment that I like to make out of this is put circle on a streak. So it's kind of the same similar type of thing where we have the flat, we have the deep corner route in this case instead of the out route, the streak. And then I like to put my backside receiver on something. You can pretty much do anything you want with them. I like to put them on a drag, kind of as a bailout coming across the field. So this is what the play setup is going to look like here. So obviously, again, you're looking to the bunch side for that flood. If nothing's there, you have your backside 2 routes as well. So let's go ahead and hike it. This time they back off again initially. And I just check it down all day long to Dawson Knox. Now, I really prefer this version versus zone, so cover 2 or cover 3. If they are going to play man, I like the flood play a little bit better. But this play I think might even better versus zone because this corner route is going to get open pretty much versus every zone in the game, especially if they're playing underneath or they're playing cover 2. If they play cover 2, you can run Z-Spot pretty much all game long. But you see here initially, they just jump back. Boom, he drops back. Linebacker next to him, he drops back. 1-2, he drops back. And then the outside corner, obviously, he's in a cover 3 shell, so he's playing the deep outside quarter. So we just have all day long underneath to our tight end flat. So that's really all it is. I'm not overthinking anything. I'm just checking it down what the defense gives me. This time it looks like we're going to have our corner route. You saw there the corner route was getting wide open. That was like a cover 3 look. So if I show you guys in the replay here, we might even have the streak deep as a cover 3 beater. But versus cover 3, you're going to have this corner route. If they're going to jump down on the tight end, which he kind of did here, you see he plays it pretty well. I mean, we could have threw that easily. But he's actually playing a decent flying down there. So I'm just going to kind of wait for Cole Beasley. Next, I'm going to watch this corner, right? Because remember, we're flooding the sideline. They played underneath. I'm watching this corner, and he's kind of in no man's land. So I probably would have had both of them, honestly, deep. I would have had him with a deep streak lob over the top, especially if that's a guy with speed. But really, I was looking to the corner out because he's about 5 to 6 yards off him. And if I pass lead this to the outside with a gunslinger quarterback to the sidelines, I can possession catch that all day. So we're just, once again, reading the defense on the right side of the field, keeping it simple here. This time they drop back again. We just check that down all day long. And I might have had the corner out again there as well, but I checked it down. I'm a conservative type of player within my offense. Let's go ahead and do it again here this time. Let's see if we can get the corner out. We can. Right there. See how the outside corner just kind of drops back, plays no man land, and then we have our corner out deep over the field if they play down on the tight end a little bit. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, really breaking down the flood concept. And, of course, you can do this out of any – I like to do it out of bunch or trip sets. You can really do it out of any formation. You're just flooding the sidelines with, 2 to 3 routes over there. So that's why I like the bunch formation to do it the best out of. But you can also do it out of like something like a Y trips. We still have those 3 receivers on that side, a bunch tight end. That's why in Madden, bunch and trips are so good, because you can do things like this. So many different concepts. We have receivers moving all over the place, really, stressing the defense out on many different levels. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give this a like. Comment down below your thoughts. Plenty of content here on the channel, all types of things to help you guys improve your game. I have coaching sessions available in the links in the description below. I have 2 ebooks available right now with a 3rd one on the way. So check out all my social medias, all my links in the description below. And that's it for today, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Until next time, your boy T Davis is out.